Hey guys, Mustang here bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are going to be talking about the double rates Rising Dragon Carnival banner that is going to be releasing on Global tomorrow, and whether or not you should summon on the banner or skip it completely. Now, as always with these summon or skip videos, I try and say this pretty much at the beginning of all of these. Obviously, it's going to come down to each individual person, and it's based on a couple of different things, right? Obviously, whether the unit is a benefit to you or not is part of it, but a lot of it comes down to whether you spend money on the game. If you do, how much do you spend? And of course, like, we got to think about what's coming up in the future. There's always going to be people out there like me who will summon on every banner. So even if we were to go through the video and then at the end I'm saying like absolutely do not summon, like some people will anyway. So this video is more for advice for people who are in that kind of lower to middle range when it comes to either free to play or don't spend very much. Maybe people who don't know fully like the rest of the schedule and things like that. Just to get some advice on whether you should summon. And obviously there's going to be a difference between whether I think it will be worth, you know, a few multis, whether it's worth going in hardcore. Probably not for this banner, but we'll go over it all right now. So let me know what you guys think down below. If you've already made up your mind before the video starts, comment and let me know if you're summoning. And then if you get to the end of the video and you find that you have changed your mind at all slightly, then obviously let me know that as well. So this is the banner the way it looked on JP. We have no real reason to assume that it's going to change, other than the one major fact, which I did put a video about the other day. Make sure you check it out if you haven't seen it. I'll try and remember to put a link in the description or pinned comment or something. But with the announcement they made during the worldwide celebration with the release of Carnival banners, this banner is going to be for the teal coins instead of blue. Obviously on JP it was for blue coins when it came out, because it came out before the worldwide download celebration, but they announced during the worldwide celebration when revealing the new Carnival banners and the new Carnival coins that every Carnival banner going forward is now going to be teal coins. So that includes these ones, that includes the one that we usually get at the end of the year, which is called the Divine Dragon Carnival. I think last year was it Hidden God Goku, it was like the double rates banner at Christmas. Those banners are all going to be teal banners from now on. So the big thing about that, of course, when it comes to summoning, is you now are going to be getting coins that are not basically completely useless. Because let's be honest, blue coins are pretty much useless, right? On the very rare occasion they bring back the type supports, the 50% supports, you can buy them, and you can buy Kais, and that's basically it. So it'll be interesting to see if Heroes this year, for the first time, allows you to buy units with coins, because they've actually never done that before. And the Heroes banner gives you blue coins, and I imagine still will. So that would be a nice change, but otherwise blue coins are kind of pointless, whereas now you are going to be getting teal coins, and what that means is the next time we get an actual proper Carnival LR banner with a new Carnival exclusive LR, chances are Metal Cooler and Super Saiyan Goku will be featured on that banner, which means you will be able to buy them with teal coins, and they cost 500 coins, like any LRs do. So obviously this is an opportunity for you to get more teal coins. So if we look at the featured units, as a lot of the time with these banners, not the best. CHEELAI and FASHA, obviously the two new units, they're the ones that you're going to be summoning for primarily. And then when we look at the other featured units, we've got Margarita, Kawaii, Ribrienne, Zangya, Chi-Chi, Kid Chi-Chi, Bulla, STR Pan. I just did a 200% showcase for her. It's actually not that bad, to be honest. But when we look at these units, some of these units are actually going to be getting Easy A's very soon. In fact, the same time that the banner releases is when this event comes out. So all four of these units, who are all featured on the banner, all get an Easy A the same day this banner comes out. So if you don't have them, or you're missing a dupe or two, you know, you might be able to pick up those last extra copies. The units are pretty solid after they get their Easy A. So whilst the featured units are not, you know, the best, at least some of them are going to have some use. And then obviously CHEELAI and FASHA are the main prize. Like, to be honest, I am very much hoping that I can pull at least one copy of both of them. When we have a look at these units like FASHA, we just had the Low Class Warriors SBR stage come out. I haven't seen a lot of people struggle with it outside of being able to find an actual friend leader. But she is a low class warrior lead. She has a chance to stun, so obviously good for Super Balrog. But she has solid start of turn attack and defense. She gets guard for 4 turns. Then she launches an additional attack that has a high chance to be a super from the 5th turn. Each attack she receives, she gets 30% attack and defense up to 150, so you've got to be hit 5 times. And then she gets an additional attack and defense 30% whenever guard is activated up to 150. So if you cross-reference that back to the beginning of her passive, she guards for 4 turns. So in those 4 turns, you want her to get hit 5 times to activate guard 5 times, and then, you know, you'll have her full buff. And I think Truth recently did a Rainbow level 10 Link showcase for her, and she sat at like 800k defense or something when she's fully built up, which is pretty crazy. But you only get that buff when guard is activated when there are 3 or more low-class warriors on the team, not including her, or 3 or more Peppy Gals allies. So, I mean, to be honest, those are the 2 main teams that you're going to run her on. She is on Space Traveling Warriors and like Storied Figures, which could be interesting teams in the future, but they do feature all of the Team Bardock units. Space Traveling Warriors has like Turles and Raditz and stuff, so getting the allies is not going to be difficult on the teams that you actually want to run her on. So she's going to be very good. If I do manage to pull a copy of her, I'll definitely showcase her in that Low Class Warriors Super Battle Road stage. But then the big one, who's definitely going to be interesting for a lot of people, I imagine there will probably be some people out there that if you pull this unit, you actually might be able to beat Cell Max for the first time if you haven't done it already. She has a Bond of Friendship leader skill, so obviously you could run her and then run a friend Pan if you want to try out Pan's team. She greatly raises defense for 1 turn, does supreme damage to the enemy and seals super attacks, and has a high chance to stun, so very good for Super Battle Road. She gets Ki +3 and defense 139%. She foresees enemy super attacks within the attacking turn, so she just has guaranteed Scouter with no condition. Randomly changes key spheres of a certain type to Rainbow. She has a great chance to dodge, so 70%. We're talking like LRUI Goku level. She gets an additional 39% defense within the same turn with each attack evaded. So this is the mechanic that was introduced with the STR Whis. Xeno Pan has this. Basically, every time she dodges, she gets that 39% defense buff. So once she's dodged, obviously there's no way to see it, like in the menu, but once she's dodged like 2, 3, maybe even 4 times, her defense is going to be insanely high, to the point where she's then not going to take damage if she doesn't dodge. And then she also recovers 39% HP at the end of the turn, each time the character evades 3 attacks in battle 3 times only. So what that means is, on the turn where you get the 3rd dodge, she heals you 39%, and she can only do that 3 times. Now, the one thing I don't know is, let's say you dodge 2 attacks on turn 1. If you then dodge 4 attacks on turn 2, does she heal twice? Because you've dodged 3 times after the first one, and then you dodge 3 more attacks, you've dodged 3 times again. So I assume the way it's written that it would work like that, which would be annoying, of course, unless you did desperately need all that extra HP. But someone let me know down below if you do know exactly if that is how it works. She also gives all allies Ki 3 and attack and defense 39%, but that doesn't apply to her, which is interesting because all other support units support themselves, but it specifically says that she doesn't. Now, the one thing you'll notice is, if you look, especially when we look at the very beginning of her passive, she doesn't get any attack. So even in, like, I've seen, like, Rainbow Link level 10 showcases of her, and she's not even hitting a million attack stat. But obviously, that is not what the unit is there for, right? She is an absolute defensive wall. She supports. She's changing orbs. Now, obviously, in events that disable dodge, she's not going to be very good. But she's very, very good support. Very good defense, and of course she pairs up very well with the Broly trio. That is a video that I just absolutely cannot wait to do, especially against like Cell Max, because she makes it very easy for them to get 7 orbs and then have a 100% chance to dodge. And because of her Scouter, that means you can then just put the Broly trio in front of wherever the super attack is for that turn, and then get a guaranteed dodge because they got 7 orbs. So very much looking forward to pulling her. The downside is her links kind of suck. She's got like Flea, New Freezer Army. I think like 6 units in the game have this, which is a shame because at level 10 it's basically like Big Bad Bosses, but it's a terrible, terrible link. But she's going to be very, very good. So these 2 units, definitely good. But now remember, of course, once this banner has come out, they are going to appear in the general pool. So they will be available on every other banner after this one. And the big thing, we've talked about the 2 units, we've talked about the banner itself and the units that are on there, but the big thing you guys have to remember when it comes to any decision about summoning on a banner is what is coming up in the future. Now, Pan's Celebration doesn't have a Part 2 LR, or didn't have a Part 2 LR on JP. So we were kind of assuming that other than this banner, nothing else was really going to come out until the end of the month. And then going into the beginning of November, if they follow the same trend as last year, November was when they released Tech LR fusing Goku and Vegeta into Super Gogeta, aka the Tanabata unit, which means if they do that again this year, beginning of November is when we will see the release of Int, Vegeta and Trunks, who are still widely regarded by many people as the best unit in the game. So that is obviously a banner that is coming up. Their banner is not good, but the unit is obviously very good. So I know there are a lot of people out there who are very excited to summon for that unit. But we obviously got some news the other day with the fact that we have a Dokkan Fest banner coming out that is going to have Gamma 1 and 2 on it. And that banner is coming out slightly earlier on JP. No one knows exactly like the dates or the exact time difference. I think it's supposed to be like a week. But on Global, we will potentially see this banner before the end of October. I've seen a lot of people saying 20th for JP, 27th for Global. Obviously, when we get confirmation, I will do a separate video about it. But this banner is going to be coming before the end of the year. And we have no idea whether this unit is actually, like, these two units are going to be really good. You know, if they are, they're potentially going to be worth summoning for. But we obviously don't know at this point how good they potentially are going to be. But that is something to bear in mind when deciding whether or not to summon on this banner. Now, the positive is that this banner, the double rates banner, will still be up when this banner comes out. So obviously, if you want to wait until, or even before, like, not let alone when the banner comes out, because they're coming out on JP first, we'll see the details of what these units do while the double rates banner is still up. So even if they haven't actually come out on Global yet, you'll still be able to see what it is that they do and then make that decision. So if you are on the fence about summoning for them because of the Gammas coming out, remember that we will get to see their full unit details before this banner goes away. So obviously you can wait to decide whether you want to summon. Also, I don't think it specifically says on, because the Japanese one is there's the Elder Kai symbol on this one, but I can't remember if that's just because it's the Dragon Carnival. So I don't think this has that, especially if they are updating it so that it has teal coins. I wouldn't be surprised if they're then not giving away the free Kais. But bear in mind that that could possibly be a thing as well. But like I said, I'm not 100% sure on that one. I can't remember exactly how it was when it came out on JP. And like I said, with the introduction of the teal coins, the banner is slightly different now anyway. So it'd be interesting to see whether you do get anything like that or not. And obviously all of these featured units will be available with teal coins, but it should go without saying, do not buy any of them. You should only ever spend teal coins on Carnival exclusive LRs when they come back in the future. So let me know down below, what are you guys planning to do? Obviously I am going to be summoning. I will be live for when the banner comes out, and I will summon. Hopefully we'll get at least one copy of both. If we get them quite early, I probably will still do a few more summons. Because the other thing worth mentioning as well, I guess I should have covered probably a little bit earlier in the video, but every single unfeatured LR is obviously going to be in the pool as well. So it being a double rates banner, every multi, the percentage chance that you could pull an LR is obviously a lot higher than on most other banners. So bear in mind, all of these newer, like, unfeatured yellow coin LRs, like Goku and Gohan, Janemba, like, these units are all in here, and you could potentially pull any one of these. Obviously, Zamasu is not going to be there, or Golden Frieza, because at this point, with them coming out on Global, those two LRs are not out yet. But yeah, unfeatured LRs are going to be in here as well. So let me know your plans down below, and hopefully I will see you guys at the stream for the live summons. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.